page 327 in your Go Math book, and we're going to do numbers 3 through 11 together. Remember, for these, you're going to work it out on your own, and you're going to come back to me, put your answer in the little box where I tell you to put the answer, and then watch to see if we get the same answer. If we do not get the same answer, make sure you're checking your work against my work to see where you messed up, because that's really important to understand where you went wrong. Remember, if you don't see where you messed up, watch it again. And if you still don't understand, write that problem down and come back and see me and I'll help you with it. All right, let's start with this first one. We've got 5 and 1800ths divided by 3700ths. Go ahead and get started. Don't forget to swoop. Let's start swooping. We're going to swoop 1, 2 times. Swoop 1, 2 times. Magical decimal line up. There's the decimal. Now let's start working it out. 51 divided by 37 goes in 1 time. 1 times 37 is 37. Let's subtract. Make that a 4 and an 11. 8, 9, 10, 11. Got 14 there. Bring down that 8. 148. 37 is kind of close to 40. So we're going to say 40, 80, 120, 160. Ooh. So let's try 37 times 3 and see what happens. Actually, let's try 37 times 4. It might be a little high, but I'm curious. 7 times 4 is 28. 3 times 4 is 12. 13, 14. There we go. 37 times 4 is 148. So your answer should have been 14. I hope you got the right answer. If you didn't, go back and look at your work against mine. Let's do the next one. Number 5, 10 and 4 tenths divided by 4 tenths. Go ahead and work it out. For this one, first thing, swoop it out. Swoop it out. 1 swoop, 1 swoop. Magical decimal line it up. And all we have to do is divide. 10 divided by 4 is 2. 2 times 4 is 8. Let's subtract. Bring down that 4. 24 divided by 4 is 6. 6 times 4 is 24. Done. My answer is 26. Again, check your work. Number 6, 6 and 3 tenths divided by 7 tenths. Make sure you're setting this one up correctly. That's like more important than anything else. Go ahead and work it out. For this one, you should have set it up as 6 and 3 tenths divided by 7 tenths. Swoop it out. 1 swoop, 1 swoop. Magical decimal line. That's supposed to be an arrow. There it is. 63 divided by 7 is 9. 9 times 7, 63. It's done. Your answer is 9. Number 7, 1 and 52 hundredths divided by 1 and 9 tenths. Go ahead and set it up and work it out. You should have set it up as 1 and 52 hundredths divided by 1 and 9 tenths. Let's swoop that decimal point out because you cannot divide with the decimal in the divisor. Got to get rid of it. And since we swooped it 1 right here, we got to swoop it 1 right here. Bring it up. Magical decimal line. There it is. 15 divided by 19 is 0. 152 divided by 19. 19 is close to 20. Let's count. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 160. So let's try 19 times 8 and see how that goes. 19 times 8. 9 times 8. Ooh. Let's see if we can use our 9s trick. I'm putting down the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 finger. That gets me 72. Super easy. I love that 9s trick. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 152. So 19 times 8 is 152. So my answer here was 8 tenths. Again, if you did not get the same answer, make sure you're checking your work against mine and writing it down if you still have any questions. Number 8. Ooh, I skipped it. There we go. Go ahead and work it out. You should have put 12 and 24 hundredths divided by 34 hundredths. Then we need to swoop 1, 2. If I swoop 1, 2 there, I need to swoop 1, 2 over here. All right. 34 into 12 is 0. 34 into 122. Let's count by 30s. 30, 60, 90, 120. I wonder if it's going to fit. Let's try 34 times 4, but I bet it's going to be too big. That's a 3, not a 4. 4 times 4 is 16. 3 times 4 is 12. 13. That's too big. So let's try running out of room over here. 34 times 3. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 3 is 3 plus 3 times 3 is 9 plus 1 is 10. That's as close as we're going to get. So 122 divided by 34 is 3. 3 times 34 is 102. Let's subtract. We get 204. Oh my goodness. Let's count by 30s. 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180, 210. So let's try 6 because I think the 7 is going to be too much. So 34 times 6. 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 3 is 18, 19, 20, 204. So our 6 goes there, 204. Your answer was 36. Let's move on to number 9. There we go. 10 and 81/100ths divided by 2 3/10. Go ahead and work it out. You should have written 10 and 81/100ths divided by 2 3/10. But swoop, there it is. 1 swoop, 2 swoop. Oops, sorry, 1 swoop and then 1 swoop on this side. Bring it up. Make sure you're keeping this super, super neat. 108 divided by 23. Count by 20s. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. 120. Do you think it's going to be times 6 or times 5? Let's try times 6 because I like to go big or go home. 6 times 3 is 18. 2 times 6 is 12. 13, 14. Wow, that's really off. Okay, well, let's try 23. I don't know if 5 is even going to work. I estimated way wrong. That happens sometimes. I'm going to skip 5 and go down to 4. 3 times 4 is 12. 2 times 4 is 8 plus 1 is 9. I bet that's as close as we're going to get. So let's go ahead and write that in. 108 divided by 23 is 4. 4 times 23 is 92. So I have 16, bring down the 1, 161. Let's try 23 times 7 and see if we can get close to that. 7 times 3 is 21. 7 times 2 is 14, 15, 16. There you go. Make sure you're lining that up really correctly because it's going to get really messy really fast. 7 times 23 is 161. Your answer was 4 7/10. Let's move on to number 10. We've got 2 left, two word problems left. At the market, grapes cost 85 cents per pound. Clarissa buys grapes and pays a total of $2.55. How many pounds of grapes does she buy? Estimating is going to be good on this one. Go ahead and work it out. All right, let's look at it. She paid a total of $2 and 55/100ths, or $2.55. They were 85 cents per pound. So how many pounds did she buy? We're going to divide the total amount divided by what they were per pound. Now, in order to divide that, remember, we cannot have a decimal in the divisor, so we need to go ahead and swoop that out. 1, 2 swoops. 1, 2 swoops. Bring it up. All right. So now we have to say 255 divided by 85. That's going to be a big number. So if I estimate, I know that 80 times 2 is 160 and 90 times 2 is 180. So I'm going to try times 3, maybe. Let's try that. So 85 times 3, 3 times 5 is 15. 8 times 3 is 24, 25. There you go. She buys 3 pounds of grapes. I hope that's what you got. If it doesn't, think about where you messed up. Was it in the conceptual understanding how to set it up? Was it in the math? Where did you mess up at? Number 11, Damon kayaks on a river near his home. He plans to kayak a total of 6 4/10 of a mile. Damon kayaks at an average speed of 1.6 miles per hour. How many hours will it take him to kayak the 6 4/10 of a mile? Again, this is something that sounds really weird to set up, but if we just think about it, he kayaks for 6 4/10 of a mile divided by 1.6 miles per hour. That's really all it is. It seems a little weird, but when you really kind of break it down, it's pretty simple. Again, we're going to swoop out our decimal. We swoop our decimal out to the right once and once. I did not give you time to work this out, so I just set it up for you. I hope you work it out correctly. Come on back when you're done. Oops. All right, let's go ahead and solve it. 16 is close to 20, and 20 times 3 is 60. Let's try 16 times 4. 6 times 4 is 24. 4, 5, 6. There it is. It will take him 4 hours to kayak the 6.4 miles when he goes 1.6 miles per hour. So weird way to think of it. But if we had said, if he kayaks 1.6 miles per hour for 4 miles, think about it that way. 1.6 mile an hour for 4 hours, or for 4 miles. Sorry, for 4 hours. How many miles will he go? You know 6 times 4 is 24, so he would go 6.4 miles. That's how we check our work. I hope those made sense to you. If they didn't, make sure that when you're done with your back of the page, you come talk to me about the ones you're still confused on, and we will go over them.